Welcome back, one and all, to Trails in the Sky, second chapter. Last episode we got to play as Joshua, and he stole the Bobcat. Estelle's going through some stuff right now. Let's go talk to people. There's Chloe. Hello, Estelle. Chloe, so this is where you were hiding. Yes, it's a lovely view, isn't it? I'm guessing you're on one of the airship walks. Kinda felt the need. What happened to Joshua? What? How did you... Thought so. So that's what Niall wanted to talk to you about. Did you just bait me, princess? Well, I am the possible heiress to a nation. Let's just say I'm well educated in secret royal bargaining tactics and leave it at that. I'm no match for you. Yeah, it's about Joshua. So Joshua is safe and even still in the borders of Liberal. But there's some element to it that means you can't be happy about it. That is it, isn't it? Chloe, you aren't a princess. You're a freaking mind reader. You ask me, you got this queen thing in the bag. Thanks. Still, that's good. Joshua is safe. Even knowing he's okay is a relief. Yeah, I was happy to find out, too. Chloe, you remember when we went to arrest Dalmor? And how Joshua responded when Dalmor threatened me with that gun? I do. If I said that Joshua's eyes are like that right now, what would you think? I'm sorry, Chloe. I really shouldn't drop questions like that on you without context. It's fine. I can understand at least a little why you're worried. And on that note, that's absolutely in no way related at all. Yeah, like totally has nothing to do with anything totally hypothetical, but what would you say if I said, while I'm here worrying my butt off over him, he's with another girl? How old? About the same age. To answer this hypothetical question, I find myself uninterested in any excuses Joshua would have to make. I know, right? It'd be totally out of line. Certainly. Just what are you thinking, Joshua? Yeah, my current plan is to have Olivier sing at him for an hour, and then we'll hear everything. Thanks, Chloe. I feel a little better now. You're welcome, Estelle. Once I get my head on straight, I'll tell everyone what's happened. Can you keep quiet until then? Of course. There's the munchkin. Tita, what you doing? Oh, Estelle. I was kind of thinking about things. Like what? Well, Estelle, I'm not really reliable, am I? Huh? You seem like you're worried about something. But is it something I can't help with? Even Tita sees right through me. I knew it. I knew it was kind of selfish to ask to come along, and I'm not really much help. I couldn't even stop Ren. I'm just holding you back, aren't I? Tita, you little dummy, you're worried about that? But I'm not worried, you see. It's more like I'm confused about something. I don't think it's something anyone can solve for me. I just need you to take some time to think on my own, okay? But Estelle, isn't there something I can do to help? You bet there is. This is so relaxing. So soft, cuddly, and warm. I could squeeze you all day. Tita, having you along is a big help, okay? I don't mean your mechanical knowledge, even though that's part of it. Just seeing you smile cheers me up. Even Ren looked like she had a lot of fun when she was playing with you. Now, maybe that was all just an act to fool us off so she could do evil Ouroboros stuff. But you know what? Somehow I can't believe that was all a lie. You reached her. I know it. You think so? I hope so. There's that smile. Excellent. Your smile is best, you know. Now, you're also cute and huggable. And you're all snippy and sad, but... Oh, Estelle. Estelle, thank you. I'm gonna go back to my seat, okay? I see. No, the reporter came to talk to Estelle. Estelle seemed bothered after they spoke. I wondered, did what? Well, that answers that. Yes, that's fine. We needn't report anything to the Royal Army yet. I imagine he has predicted all of this anyway. I called it perfectly, no? Well, to be honest, it was little more than a wild guess. But I suppose even jokes can be true sometimes, even the bad ones. I know. You needn't raise your voice, my friend. Regardless, you're to see our preparations the moment you return to the Imperial capital. Yes, so that he might intervene if possible. As always, you have my thanks. Ah, Joshua, to think you'd be a match for Mueller. I suppose I should have expected nothing less from one of Ouroboros' chosen. Still, that's one guess I dearly wish I hadn't been true. What's true now? Estelle, what the hell are you doing whispering down here? Olivia, who were you talking to? Whatever could you mean? Do you truly believe I would engage in secret soirée with a woman other than my Estelle? I can only pray. I know I heard you talking with someone. Oh my. You heard me talking to myself, did you? To yourself? Well, talking to myself like a madman wouldn't be accurate. I was going over lines from a play I once performed in, wherein I was the leading man. Why here? Our destination, Bose, is the closest city to Liberl or to my homeland. As we draw closer to it, I must confess I feel the pull of homesickness. I fear that memories of home cannot help but tumble from my mouth. Okay. Do you think I have cottage cheese for a brain or something? Well, you know, there are a lot of suspicious things about you, Olivier. I remember you were talking with Dad about something secret, too. You mind coming straight with me? About why you are really here? To think you've become such a bloodhound for the truth. You've grown, Estelle. I've had good teachers. So talk already, Mr. Erebonian suspicious person. Allow me to relieve some of your worries in exchange for my silence. I would ask that you grant me a small favor. You are troubled over the theft of the bandit airship. I do think that will prove to be a problem. Why not? You recall our earlier conversation? The fact that the bandits are led by former Erebonian nobility is an embarrassing blemish on the Empire's image. Liberl does not wish to exacerbate the issue any more than we do, however, as it could impede the signing of a pact. So if anything, the theft of the airship at this exact moment conveniently sweeps aside a problem. Is that really how it would work? Well, if the bandits return to their old ways in Liberl skies, that will be a different story. I find it unlikely they would be so foolish. True. If nothing else, Joshua won't let them steal. Wait, how do you know they won't return to piracy? Why did you agree? Well, now then, I think I should return to my seat. Would you care to join me? I think I'll pass. Olivier, can I ask you one thing before you go? Look, there's a lot I don't know about you, and you seem to keep your distance from everyone. But even so, I think you're a really important part of a team. And I believe, and maybe it's crazy as hell, I don't know, but I do, that I can trust you no matter what. Ah, geez, that came out kind of sappy. What I'm saying is, what's with those drippy dinner plate eyes? It's nothing. You touch my heart, my fair Estelle. You need not fear. I shall not betray your trust, nor do I find your trust and love a burden. I give myself gladly to your cause. Love has nothing to do with it. But thanks, Olivier. What's up? Just having my usual walk around the ship. Right. I'm kind of amazed you don't get bored with it. Why do you treat me like a hyperactive palm? We've got a lot of time before we hit Bose. Enough time for a quick nap. So Bose is up next. Round, Zeiss, Gransel. Wonder what the society will try throwing at us next. Nothing would be the best answer, but I do have a feeling that it won't be that lucky. You too, huh? Well, let's hit the ground running and try and get to investigating these bandits once and for all. Wait, what? Or why the surprise? It's possible they're working for the society. You said it yourself. Yeah, I did, but come to think of it, I don't think that's all that likely. Yeah, it's sort of stupid. I mean, we fought them a number of times. They don't seem to be the type of baby eating the society members usually are up to. Whatever. I'm sure we'll hear details from old Laugren when we get to the bay, when we get to Bose. Yeah, we will. Estelle, where'd you disappear to? Where'd you disappear off to? I just went to get some fresh air. So I heard we'll be landing in a town called Rolent on our way. That's your hometown, isn't it? It is. Well, to be specific about it, our house is just on a bit outside the city. Dad wanted it that way. Interesting. A house built by Master Cassius. Must be quiet. I don't know about that. I mean, I'm not sure if I'd say it's fabulous or anything, but it really is comfy. It holds a lot of memories of Dad, Mom, and Joshua. No, Zen, it's alright. If we were staying in Rolent, I'd invite you over. Next time for sure. I'm looking forward to it. By the way, when we arrive in Bose, would you mind accompanying me on some training? That seems kind of sudden. Back at the Gransel Guildhouse, not only did I miss the sleep agent in the cookies, but I was unable to awaken myself. It's obvious I need to retrain in some areas I've been neglecting. Okay. Well, I don't know how good a training partner I'll be for an A-rank bracer, but if you want me, you've got me. That's settled then. Okay, there we go. What in the name of Gehenna? How could we have entered a cloud in this altitude? We didn't enter a cloud, sir. We're descending. This doesn't seem like a cloud, though. It's more like... Captain, transmission from Rolent, air traffic control. The city and the surrounding area has been engulfed in a deep fog. What? What the hell? It's completely white. Did we enter a cloud bank? Possibly. But it also seems impossibly low to be a cloud. Is this usual when landing on an airship? I've sure as hell never seen this. Nor have I. Ladies and gentlemen, please, remain calm. We've reached a word from Rolent that a deep fog has appeared over the entirety of the city and the surrounding area. Air Control is currently preparing searchlights to aid in our landing. Thank you for your patience. Fog. Rolent does get fog, but it's usually just like a thin fuzz. Yes, I don't even remember seeing it this thick. This worries me. So it looks like we're going to be arriving in Rolent after all. It's completely white. Yeah, you can't see anything. It looks like the Port Authority is grounding all flights until the fog clears. I think we'll want to visit the Guildhouse. Thought so too. Why? This fog is deep and strange enough that even you and Sherazard comment on it, Estelle. It's possible the Society is behind this. Only Rolent and Bose remain unmolested by their hands. Is it possible their next experiment shall be here, then, and not in Bose? Chapter 4. The Mist Demon's Target. I certainly wasn't expecting you of all time to show up at all. Oh, what? I certainly wasn't expecting you all to show up now of all times. You were heading to Bose, last I heard. Yes, we were. The paranoid little part of me can't help but wonder if this is intentional. Well, I'm not going to complain about having you around. Anyway, I do believe this is the first time we've seen each other since you went off to train. You look right at home in that new outfit. Hyena, you'll make me blush. Mr. Verthick, Milady Claudia, Miss Russell, I believe this is our first meeting. I'm Hyena, the receptionist at the Rolent branch. A pleasure to meet you all. Shush, my birds. The pleasure is mine, Miss Hyena. It's nice to meet you. Good to meet you at last. I've heard a lot about you. Really? I wonder. Oh, Olivier's here too? What are you doing over here, Olivier? Oh, don't mind me. I was certainly not flashing back to memories of the destruction of my liver. What? Just let him be. Oh, and I'm guessing you know Agate, Hyena. We've met. I don't come by Rolent much, so we've only met like once or twice. It's still good to see you again, though, Agate. So, with pleasantries out of my way, I'm sorry, but do you mind if we get straight to business? Of course, Hyena. Go ahead. This fog appeared suddenly today. At first, it seemed like little more than the usual light mist we get it from the usual light mist we get here at times. But since you could literally stand outside and watch it grow thicker, it was eerie. Do we have any idea what's causing it? It's definitely covering all the city, but we're not sure of its full extent or source yet. Fog and mist and several common sources. You can get that sort up by bringing off the coast and you get that sort that springs up off coast and flows inland, or the kind that forms in mountain basins. There are several basins in the Corone Mountains near Rolent, are there not? There are, yes. It is possible this is simply a freak act of nature. But with everything that's been happening recently, we should be on our guard. We should put off heading for Bose and remain in Rolent for now. That's the best idea. Passenger ships sure ain't moving till this soup clears anyway. But, what's up, Estelle? Well, I was just thinking about the bandits and stuff. You were checking that out cause we had no other leads, remember? The Royal Army's on top of that anyway. We don't really have to go, you know? Look. What is it? Something eating you? No, but it's just Estelle, I'm not exactly sure what you're thinking, but calm down and consider for a moment. The bandit ship theft case is already over. In a way. If they'd taken hostages, it'd be different. But as it is, there's no emergency demanding we take action. And I can't imagine they'll stay in Bose in any event. That's true. On the other hand, something bizarre is happening before our very eyes. If the Society is somehow behind this, there's a good chance Rolent is in danger. Which is the correct choice here? Miss Shara? I think Estelle has a reason she wants to go, so, No, Tita. Shara's right. Sorry. I guess I wasn't really paying attention to what's happening. You don't need to apologize. Everyone has times they have trouble focusing. Even I do, and I know Agate sure does. Now hang on! Being able to determine the best path without losing sight of yourself is a crucial skill for a bracer. Even if it is a bit easier to just say it's important... What? Even if it's a bit easier to say it's important than it is actually to do. What? Even if it is a bit easier to just say it's important than it is to actually do it. That's a weirdly worded sentence. I'm a student of that front too. I can hardly compare to Master Cassius in that regard. Shh. Shush, Freddo. Be quiet. Really, Zen? To pass perfect clarity and retain one's good cheer in face of adversity, it requires experience. And Master Cassius's ability to do just that saved us many times when he traveled into Calvard. I didn't know that. Hey, don't sweat it, alright? Not as if you can just snap your fingers and be out of the old man's level. You just gotta put one foot in front of the other. At this point, there's nothing really specific we can do for. We can do what? There's nothing really specific we can do to ask. We can ask you to do. You can hardly beat fog with violence. I simply ask that you be on standby in case something happens. You can wait at your home if you'd like, Estelle. Okay. Okay. I want my healer.
Great.
And Zen said he wanted some training.
All right.
Okay. I want to see if there's any quests. Yes, the ring that flew away. The holy proof of our love. Our precious engagement ring has been stolen by a black devil. Please give me your aid. We poor lost sheep will be waiting in the chapel. Fishing spot search. I'll be waiting at Garoon Gate. Ezol Highway monster and Milk Main Road monster. Okay. I'll do all those in time. Yeah, I'm not in the mood to chat, old timer. If you want to, I could sit in one out, but I got Zen for a heavy hitter. Okay, I don't care about all this. I just want to buy weapons. Ceramic rod. A whip. Rapier. And a big knuckle. Okay. Yeah, there is a monster somewhere on the Ezol Highway, so I might as well, since I'm going to the house, going to her house, I might as well go look for that. I'm guessing it's going to be toward the Garoon Gate. Hey! The fog seems to have cleared here. Guess this is really as far as the fog goes. Kind of a sharp end to it. So along the Ezol Highway, the fog clears roughly 60 sledge from the city. There doesn't seem to be any monsters in the fog either, so ensuring people's safety wouldn't be difficult. I guess we should just check in on the other roads like this one. Yeah, I'm here looking for a monster, though. Oh, that's dumb.
Oh, are we done already?
Mute. Whatever.
They messed with the wrong.
I didn't even read what that was. Don't feel like fighting these guys right now.
We are.
Okay, my treasure is smelling salts. Okay. Purging bomb. Okay, you. Don't really want to go into the Mistwald right now. What did I just say, game? It's not over here, is what I'm getting at. Let me check the... Wisdom has been sighted on the Ezel Highway. Bracers affiliated with this guild. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, there it is. Now, before we fight this thing... Yeah, it's a really good item there.
Seems you came up short.
Okay, that went well. I can see why there was a bounty on that. Right at the frickin' checkpoint. That's problematic. Oh, for fuck's sake. How does that count as a surprise attack if I ran into it? What was it, just one pixel close enough to the side where it counts as a fucking surprise attack? Likely. The Bright family home. Doesn't seem like the fog's gotten here yet. Oh, this is your home, Estelle? I like it. Simple but refined. You really think so? Thanks. Well, anyway, I could fix something. I could fix everyone some tea. Come on inside. I'll handle making the tea. You head on up to your room. Why? Look up, Estelle. Alright. The house is gonna get pretty damp in this fog. It's relaxing to get back home. I kind of wonder how much of that is cause we're out of the fog. That's part of it, I'm sure. If you don't mind me saying, Shara, you glide through this house like you know every corner. Of course I do. I've known this house for a long time, a very long time. Yeah, you've been coming over since Mom was alive, so that's over 10 years. It has been a while. About that, give or take, a few gray hairs. Sherazard, you were part of a traveling circus, weren't you? How did you come to make Estelle's acquaintance? You see? Shara, you don't need to. It's fine. It's an old story. It had been about 12 years ago. Our troupe had come to Rolent to perform. Estelle at this point was even more fearless and curious than she is now. After one of our shows, she strode into our tents with the purpose of playing. Circus troupes usually get some of the suspicion by residents of the town outside of performances, you see. As a result, we aren't really sure what to do at first with this girl who came to visit us, but you see, Estelle wasn't exactly a timid girl. She kept coming over every day, and everyone came to really love her. Myself especially. This day, Estelle didn't want to go home until long after the sun had set. Since there wasn't any other choice, I ended up being the one who took her home. That's the day I met Cassius and Lena. Lena is Estelle's late mother. That certainly sounds like Estelle. It seems like Estelle was fearless even as a child. Well, I don't really remember that much of it since I was like 4 back then. I do remember Shara would come to our house anytime the circus was in town. That's right, Sherazard. How did you leave the circus and come to a life in Liberl as a bracer? You could say a lot happened. 8 years ago, when I decided I wanted to become a bracer, I came to Liberl to ask Cassius for help. I've been in Liberl ever since. I see now. Alright. That reminds me. Was Joshua here in those days? No. Joshua came to live with us 3 years after that. Actually, he showed up when you were in Gransel during your junior bracer tour. That he did. I wandered Liberl, spreading goodwill and flowers as a bracer does, and returned home to find a boy I have never seen living with Cassius and Estelle. To say it was a bit of a shock would be an understatement. Estelle and the others enjoyed small talk as the morning sun tried to pierce the mist. Finally, with a little tea for the road, they left the bride house. I'm going to end this one here. Thank you all for watching. Join me next time on The Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky. Ignore this. As I figure out what's going on with this fog, I'm the TheDarkSeraph, signing off.